I've been doing some mage theory crafting. I've been thinking a lot about mages lately for, well, I've got a future mage character in the plane, so that's going to be cool. Never really done mage before, but played with some mages, doing theory about mage stuff. I generally know what's super good and what's not. But thing is, there's a lot of stuff that has at least a niche use, and that causes some inventory issues, theoretically. Let's take a look. What a nightmare. I don't have room for anything. Or do I? Let's fix some of this. Okay. So, Fenris and Eiderweave? Yes. Big armor conundrum. What do I do? Do I do full Eiderweave? Do I do a mix? Do I do 2 Fenris, 1 Eider? I'm going full mage, so the food completely solved. 2 Eider, 1 stamina. Get your staff of protection up. This isn't the proper mage setup, but this is my sword character. So yeah, this is going to be your food. Not totally optimal because this isn't fish and bread. You're going to be running mushroom omelets most of the time. Of course, now that royal jelly is renewable, Yggdrasil porridge is the move for your second Eider food. Super, super nice. Love all of that. But yeah, like, of course, mage stuff, super easy. Him-in is just such an easy swap. Just absolutely brutal on Seekers and at high levels of polearms. You can even stagger lock Seeker soldiers like this. Really just staggering it with the middle mouse and doing a couple of pokes is going to be good enough by the time you get into melee after just pelting it from the mid-range, so that's incredible. Of course, your Frost lineup, we have Frost Staff, and then we have our Frost options, the expensive stamina option Mistwalker, the cheap Frost option Froster. Arrows, of course, for y'all, we have Frost, and then Fire for Seekers. You can keep the DOT going from Staff of Embers, which is cool. You can just keep that mid-range DOT just rushing enemies. Arbalest is here because of the recharge. You actually regain Eider while you recharge the Arbalest, so that's really cool. It's just a nice, of course, two-handed swap. Gets faster as you level up crossbows. Really cool. Bombs. Ooze bombs, bile bombs, mainly just bile bombs. Like, you're going to start off with ooze bombs, but you're going to go to bile bombs by the end of it. So, there's 1 inventory slot cleared. Bile bombs, why bile bombs? Well, that's again fire AoE with some DOT. 2 DOT actually, poison and fire. Very nice. And this thing allows you to continue to have a nice stackable fire DOT AoE, even when you don't have any Eider to spend on Staff of Embers. So you have your Embers, you toss Bile Bomb. Once you have Eider again, you can continue with Staff of Embers and just keep looping in that way. It's just something nice that you can throw if you have limited stamina and Eider, and you need that situation. So it's situational, but it helps. So most of the time, you're only going to want a few of these, which is okay. Dead Razor, of course, situational, but very good in dungeons and stuff, and versus the Queen. We're actually going to put the Dead Razor back where it belongs. This is my friend's Dead Razor, so let's put it into storage. So for most situations, the Dead Razor is going to be away, and that's another inventory slot cleared. Now, these potions, important. You only need medium healing because you're not going to have that much HP with this setup. So medium healing, very nice. You can save your jelly for your food. Lingering Stam, just incredible. Because you have decent Stam, Lingering Stam helps you with regen, so that you don't get into sticky situations and you keep the offense going, you keep the maneuverability going. You get your jump back, your retreating lobs, like, oh, kind of threatening, but you have stamina. You can jump back and send out a lob of embers or some frost shards. Very, very nice. Very, very good. And because of that, I think this armor is going to be the best. Because the two Eider Weave pants, the two Eider Weave pieces, I can't speak today, the robe and the trousers, they regen 40%. The hood, only 20%. Only 20%. So this has half effectiveness as the other pieces. But this hood, the Fenris hood, is the same. The same plus 3% movement speed increase as the coat and the leggings. Now, you would normally have trousers, no, leggings and pants. Oh my god. Leggings and coat for a swap for y'all because they're fire. And fire doesn't treat the bubble too well. It's a DOT, and that DOT will hit you. If it goes through your bubble, it'll overlap and you'll still suffer from that DOT. Whereas if you take excess damage that's physical or just immediate, like frost, it won't extend over through your bubble and hurt you. Only the DOTs like y'all would. So that's kind of a threat. However, we have that covered with fire res. And because we have that covered, we can put all the stuff away. And we have a really nice setup for good old mage shenanigans. So we've traded away 3 pieces of armor and we got 1 potion there. So saved 2 more slots. All right. Ranged options. Bows. Huntsman bow. Why is this here? Well, it's got 4 meters of aggro radius on the arrow instead of 8, but that's extremely situational. It's going to be kind of useful sometimes in the infested mines. Maybe if you want to isolate a Seeker soldier in a room, but most likely everything's going to be aggroed on you. So because of that, and the way that Seekers move around and soldiers move around a lot, usually it's not going to be as useful. Why do we still like it? Because it is the first bow without any angular spray. So your fine wood bow, sure, the fine wood bow is more stamina efficient, but when you're making your long shots or you're trying to hit a weak point, specific point, it's not 100% accurate. Even at fully charged, which is the most accurate that you can get on a bow, the fine wood bow has a minimum degree of 1 for spray, which, well, cost me a ton of long shots throughout the game, throughout my many hours. I've just passed 1700 hours, and oh boy, the difference between fine wood bow and huntsman bow is very noticeable to me now. But what about spine snap? The spine snap is the highest DPS. Spirits are relevant because the DPS is still higher. Stamina cost is very high, especially for a mage, but the damage gets it done. However, you already have supporting damage as you're going to be regaining your Eider and rotating between Eider and then stamina. Eider stamina. So half of the damage is already set up from your mage tools, your Staff of Embers, your Staff of Frost. And because of that, you don't really need this Spine Snap DPS that much. You can put that away in favor of the Huntsman Bow. The main thing that you're going to want is the finishing touch, which stamina efficiency is very good for. Because you can just pelt out those arrows quick. And boom, you're y'all going from half HP to 0. Take minimal stamina, just fine. Very good. But also, if you're in a tough situation, you're in the mid-range, no Eider, you can pelt a frost arrow at a target, and as it's slowed down, continue to make your way back and regain all of that stamina and Eider as you are retreating from a slowed down enemy. Very, very nice. Of course, you can use this offensively and immediately switch to the next choice, which is Mistwalker or Frostner. What do we do? Well, the beautiful thing about frost damage is, again, like I said, it's got that slowdown effect. And because of that, you can regen Iter and stamina running circles around certain types of enemies. Going into the Mistlands, Frostner is going to be your friend. It's got that less stamina costs, destroy Seekers because they're not resistant to frost and they slow down. Very nice middle mouse after a parry, but honestly, you're not going to even need to parry. You just bonk and then middle mouse and just destroy the targets. You'll have your club levels up until that point. Everything will be lovely. But, of course, I also recommend getting your sword levels because Mistwalker, even though it costs more stamina, it's still frost, which means you smack a target or two or even three, most likely just one or two, on the flank, and you'll be able to regain more stamina than you input into it. Of course, you're Ida regenning at the same time. And because it also has cleave, higher total damage, and a better range on that middle mouse, Mistwalker is going to be your better option when you get it. Of course, my current future mage character has about even sword levels and club levels, and I do recommend grinding all of that out. If you've seen my last video, you know what to grind it on, but yeah, very, very good. You will be replacing Frostner with Mistwalker. So there's another slot gained. What's going on with this Skull and Hottie? So, Skull and Hottie. Quick kills. I mentioned this in the last video, talking about how simple mages can be made from non-builders even. Skull and Hottie is a quick kill. This is going to be your niche quick kill where you have a lone seeker, you want to regen your stam and iter. Maybe it's low iter, low stam, you pelt the target with one blast or two blasts of a Staff of Frost, and then you just go in for the quick kill or maybe even like a middle mouse kill. It's going to be extremely, extremely fast. And why is quick kill good? Of course, once you're alone, you're safe, and you can just get back to regenning stamina and iter even faster. So, now you can see the inventory is much more manageable. It's still kind of painful, but after all of this, this inventory is smooth. And I have worked magic, pun intended, with 6 slots open just fine. So, let me know what you think. Did I get anything wrong? It seems like this is going to be my setup going into the Mistlands with the mage character, of course. Once I get my future mage character into an actual mage, this Staff of Protection is going to be quality 2. These Iter Weave stuff is going to be quality 2. And let me know if there are some like precise details where it's actually better to run. It's actually super better to run 2 Fenris and then 1 Iter Weave, or full Fenris, or I don't know. It seems like this setup for a mage is just so powerful. Like you have plus 80% Iter regen and plus 3% speed, which comes up to a -1, what is it? Yeah, -1% movement speed, which is still perfectly fine. We worked with a lot less when it was just root, so the movement is really good for a mage now. But let me know, yeah, let me know what you guys, what you guys think about the mix between Iter Weave and Fenris, how that's gonna pan out. I don't even know, like, I'll probably wear I'll make and wear Iter Weave Hood just to test it out on my future mage character. I don't know. I don't know how well the triple Iter set is gonna go outside of co-op. Co-op, you know, somebody can take aggro and you can go triple Iter Weave no problem. But outside of co-op, I don't know. I'm thinking this is going to be your best set. Look at this, 50 armor. 50 armor is going to be just fine because of the resistances. You got a pocket bone mass. You've got your staff of protection that'll keep you covered. Potions that'll keep you covered. Look at all these potions. It's ridiculous. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys some other time. Oh, forgot to mention. Yeah. No shield. Yeah, no shield. It's pain. I know it's pain. However, considering you have control and frost, the amount of time you're going to be parrying and blocking is very limited. Very, very, very limited. And you should focus on returning once you have good resources, you know, stamina either to the mid-range as quick as possible. But yeah, no shield. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys some other time. Bye!